Hey everybody, welcome to another Trailside Dukes episode. Tony, I have a question for you today.
Good morning, Trailside Dukes.
My question is, do you like the smell of that?
Trailside Dukes.
That's one of our candles.
Okay. Wow, that makes me tingly all over.
It's not bad, huh?
Right.
This is our harvest apple scent that we've put this thing to good use already.
Oh, it's pretty good. My wife would love that.
Trailside Dukes candle. You can get this at our Trailside Dukes shop. You just hop online. We have the links in the description, and you can go check stuff out. If you want a candle, you can get a candle. You can get a beanie. You can get a trucker hat. You can get a bikini for that special someone this holiday season if you want.
Holidays are coming up, Corey.
All sorts of shirts and gear and
You never
stickers,
know what I'm going to get you.
Coasters.
Probably one of the things that you just mentioned.
I'd wear that bikini. It's great.
Okay.
Good logo. Good looking thing.
Thanks for sharing.
Well, what do we have today? We've got a little bit of college football. There's a lot of good stuff going on in college football. We got playoffs coming up, championships coming up. It's that time of the season, right?
Fun time, for sure. There were some good games last week. There's some good games coming up. Super exciting time.
Well, one of the games that a lot of people watch every year is the Michigan-Ohio State game.
Yeah.
That's usually a pretty big one, and that was kind of a thriller coming down to the wire there.
Right.
Michigan, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, Harbaugh-less, right? Because he's suspended, but,
sign stealing or whatever.
Yeah, well, Michigan comes through, right? And Ohio State, they've lost a few big games over the last couple of years. There's some questions about can the coach get the big one, and Ohio State fans, they're in limbo right now.
Yeah. Well, another big one for us in the Northwest is the Apple Cup. So you have the Washington State Cougars and the University of Washington Huskies. That game was over at UW in Seattle, and Huskies pull it out at the end with a last-second field goal.
Yep. It was a great game. And if you're, I was torn, as I know a lot of people were, like, a part of you wants to see a Pac-12 team, you know what I mean, in the playoffs, the top 14 playoffs.
Right.
But, living around here, there's a lot of Cougars fans. And it would have been an amazing upset, and the Cougars had them. They they're kind of famous. They have that term. They couged it.
Right.
And man, they could have had a pick at the end. They could have done a few things that would have just sealed it. There was a big drop in the fourth quarter that would have allowed them to have a first down and keep running the timeout. But Huskies came back, and they didn't give up, and that's an impressive season to go undefeated in the Pac-12. It hasn't happened since since before it was the Pac-12, and it was the Pac-10, and I think Oregon was the last team to do that.
Okay.
So, on to big things. So the Pac-12 championship with Washington versus Oregon. This is a big rematch, and Oregon seems really hot. And Bo Nix, quarterback, I mean, he's really dialed in, and the Huskies are going to have their hands full to beat them twice in 1 year. And I'm looking forward to that game. Should be a lot of fun in Las Vegas, and I'm not rooting for either team.
You just want to see a great game, right?
Yeah,
big plays. There will be some big plays.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things that always surprises me, it doesn't matter what the record is for Washington or Washington State, when they play this Apple Cup game, it's like all bets are off, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter what kind of season they've had, it's always a really competitive game typically.
They were double-digit underdogs, and they made it a game.
Yeah. One cool thing for those that didn't see it, the University of Washington kicker after the game, coach has everybody in the locker room, right? And he talks about being thankful for the kicker, and then he brings the kicker out, and then I guess the kicker wasn't on scholarship, but he gives him a scholarship, and the team goes nuts.
You have that?
Yeah, I've got the clip, and you can see it now.
Thanksgiving weekend. Okay, I'm thankful for Grady Gross.
Yeah!
you know what I hope Grady Gross is thankful for? The scholarship he's earned.
So that was pretty cool to have that kid, hit what an emotional roller coaster, right? Like hits the game winner for the Apple Cup. They're going to the Pac-12 championship, and then he gets a scholarship in front of his boys in the locker room. So that was pretty neat.
Pretty cool.
Moving on, we've got FCS playoffs too. So this is a pretty big one. All of the first rounds are done. So we're on to the second round.
Yep. Second round, some big games. You know what I mean? You've got Idaho against Southern Illinois in Moscow. You know what I mean? I think at this point you can't take any team for granted. So U of I will have their hands full. Montana versus Delaware. Delaware won the national championship several years ago.
Yeah.
I think Joe Flacco was the quarterback for that Delaware team.
He was.
And so you know what I mean? In Montana, that'll be a tough place to play. Montana State, North Dakota State.
That's going to be a good one, I think.
That'll be a battle.
I think that's going to be a battle.
And Sac State made it through the first round, you know what I mean, as the bottom Big Sky team to get in. They're going to play South Dakota, another tough team. But I don't know. I wouldn't count Sac State out. I'm sure South Dakota is, taking them seriously. It's the playoffs. So
you never know. Sac State's put up some points against some good teams.
Yep, some super fun things. We got Furman playing in the playoffs. If Furman wins, they will, and Montana wins, Furman will play in Montana, and that's pretty cool because we've got a Coeur d'Alene Viking, Luke McLaughlin, playing for Furman. And be super fun, I know, for his folks to see him in Montana. Fun times.
That's awesome. It's cool that we have people that we know playing for a lot, teams that are still in it, in the top, 6 teams.
Yep,
so
for sure.
It's pretty neat.
Really cool.
Exciting for the parents and the family members and friends. It's fun to watch those kids,
Yeah.
We'll be at the Idaho game this weekend.
Trailside Dukes.
We're going to go there.
For interviews.
Yeah.
Why not?
We always got the mic ready, so it's been kind of fun popping in, seeing people and just talking to them, right?
Yep. We got a cool interview that at a area game that we'll talk about later.
Yep. But there's some awards that some of the Vandals won, right? You wanted to give a quick shout out to a couple.
Well, we interviewed Dad last week, right?
Right.
And Sean McCormick, second team all-conference for special teams. Big shout out to the McCormick family with the cool Carroll College connections where Dad and Uncle played there. And we got to see the tattoo, right?
Right,
Carroll tattoo.
Yes.
If you didn't see that, go back to our last episode. Really fun interview. But good for Sean and good for a lot of those Vandals players. There's a ton of them that are from the area and, all over the Northwest. And I think Coach Eck has, shown that he's really in only his second year, he's kind of turned the Vandal nation into, a consistent contender. And we'll see what happens. I'm excited. That'll be fun to be at.
It's going to be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, should we move on to some Carroll Corner? We got basketball stuff, right? Men's and women's basketball. So let's do Carroll Corner.
Totally. So the men's team is 3-3. You know what I mean? They're 2-0 at home, which is kind of cool.
All right.
Yep. Last game they beat Walla Walla University in the Quinn Classic in La Grande, 89-71. So a pretty solid win there. They bounced back after losing early in that classic to Eastern Oregon, so it was a good bounce-back win. Our man Gooey, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, the Gooey.
Gooey's from Brazil. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I thought he was from the resort.
Yep. Nope. He's a Brazilian playing for the Saints.
Okay.
Led the scoring in the first frame by 8 points. And then Andrew Cookie Cook.
Oh, yes. And the Cookie with the Gooey.
Cookie and Gooey took over. Cookie had 22 points. Gooey finished with 14, and that's a solid way to finish off that classic in La Grande by getting that win. So
nice.
Good for the men's team.
Yeah.
Fun.
What about the ladies?
Oh, women's team is 6-2.
Hey, all right.
Yep, beat Lewis and Clark.
Nice.
State College 91-79. Southern Oregon University 60-56
Ooh,
to
a
kind
close
of
one.
like cap off the Thanksgiving Classic in Helena. Pretty cool. In that Lewis and Clark game, they were losing at half. They had a lot of turnovers. And what's cool, you've watched enough basketball, right? When a team is just like the chemistry isn't flowing first half, and they're turning the ball over, losing, and then you see them flip the switch at halftime and come back in, and that's what they did.
That's what they did.
Willa Albrecht brought them back, scoring 10 of her 22 points in the third, and then down the stretch, Maddie Garrett's takes them right in there. Willa got her career high, scoring 22 points in that game. Great job. They do follow that with going to the University of Utah.
They played Utah.
They played the Utes.
How cool is that?
Super cool, right? Small college team playing big Div 1. Yep, they did not win. But you know what?
What an experience.
Cool. Playing in Utah. Big experience for those ladies, so super proud of them, and the Saints just keep on rolling.
Nice.
Fun.
What about the fundraiser? Just a little reminder there?
For sure. So, the Tricia McCullough fundraiser, December 16th, in Coeur d'Alene, the Kootenai County Fairgrounds. There's still tickets available, although they are going. So, you go to that. There's a dinner, dance, and then don't forget about the raffle to win some firearms.
We've talked about the dance. Are you gonna be dancing?
Oh, I'm a shaker and a mover.
Are you?
Yeah.
I saw some of your dance moves upstairs before the show.
I know. I just found this new song, Corey. Hang on a second.
You're really gonna play this?
So I saw on Twitter, right? Oh, this is the best thing. This is like this is the opposite of I'm mad, Corey. So like Italian singer Adriano Celentano released a gibberish song in the 1970s meant to sound like English. It ended up being a huge hit.
No.
Do you want to just hear a little bit of this song?
I've heard enough of it
oh my
already.
Gosh, listen to this.
Maybe,
this is
maybe
good.
put it.
It's all gibberish, Corey. You can hear a few English words in there, but then it's like, what? This guy is a genius. All right. Listen to this.
Okay. That's enough.
Dude, I love this guy. I could have been playing those songs for years. Just sing gibberish.
Yeah, well,
all right. Okay.
I've heard some of your songs, and maybe sometimes people
Gibberish
wish
would have
that you
probably
were
been
filling
better.
it in with gibberish.
You're going to make me mad.
I'm trying to.
Okay. I'm going to go bucking song all over you.
Well, so that's it for the Carroll Corner, right?
For sure. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So moving on. Hey, basketball. You were talking basketball. We went to a basketball game last night.
Who'd we go see, Corey?
We went and saw Gonzaga play, and it was pretty fun. But before that, we did some pregame at No Lie Brewing Company. That's always a good stop pregame. Have a beverage, met with some people, and we actually got an
talked some
interview.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Yep, we have a cool interview. Should we just run it?
Just run it.
Okay.
Hey, baby.
Okay, Tony here with the Trailside Dukes, and we have got Justin here. We are pre-funking at the Zags game at the No Lie Brewery. Justin, hey man, good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
So Zags, what do you think? What do you think about the team, the season? How they doing?
Okay, novice Zags fan. I know some guy got hurt. That's all I know, and that means we might not do as good later down the stretch. But I know tonight we're just kind of going to drink and have fun because it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. We've got a minor team here that they've got to get past, but I'm sure Coach Few is not looking past any team. Justin, do you have either a favorite player from the past or present, both? But talk to me about some favorite Zags moments or players.
Okay, so I don't think I don't know, most recognizable, but, Timmy, big guy, we like him, right? Current, we got Watson still, right?
Oh, yeah.
Strother's gone. Yeah. We went to high school about the same time. He was a prepper. I was a Saxon, so that was a fun time for us. I always like when Joe Few gets on the field there, or the court. Big Zags fan. Court, field, whatever you call it. The girls go crazy, so that's always entertaining to watch because he'll get in there, but not until the second half. So.
So you'd say Timmy is one of your all-time faves?
Most recognizable, Timmy, Dilly. Well, that was the other guy, Dilly, Timmy. I guess more than just a modest Zags fan. I know a little bit, but one game a year, we'll turn them on in March.
Did you grow up in Spokane?
South Hill, I identify as Coeur d'Alene now.
Okay. So Anton Watson kind of grew up in Coeur d'Alene. We're from Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene's big fans of the Watson family. What can you share about like what he means to this team and just to this area, being a local player, going to Gonzaga Prep and playing for him?
It's just that hometown story, Everyone loves it. It's like the NFL. People watch the NFL because it's a story, and that just makes this team more fun because we have people who are local. We love our foreign players here, obviously. Hello. Canada, sure. Anywhere around the world, they'll find them, but... Sabonis, yep. So, but there's nothing better than a hometown story, and he's a fifth-star general now, right? He's been in there 5 years. It's his make or break year. We'll see. He's made it. Have you seen all the commercials?
Yeah, fun commercials. Good for Anton. Hey, Justin, so we kind of asked some of our interview people, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Do you have a life philosophy? And you're sitting at No Lie. I know this is but do you have something to share with our listeners, the Trailside Dukes crew, about just something that's you've grown up with that's like a life philosophy?
I love, work hard, play hard's fun, but one of my mentors said to work like a sailor and party like a pirate. So I was out working my ass off today, and then you come down to No Lie, and you have some fun. Don't matter what day it is.
You're a pirate, my friend. I like your style.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Justin. Good stuff, man. Okay.
All right. So that was fun running into him. And I thought it was kind of interesting because we had questions for him. And he was like, I'm not a huge basketball fan, but, I'm here kind of thing.
Yeah, he was a fun dude. He was in with a fun group of Zags fans. It's cool to be in that place and just see everybody wearing their Gonzaga gear.
Yeah.
And people are excited. Big screens are on.
And the Kentucky-Miami game. So you're kind of watching what's going on there because Zags are ranked 11.
Yeah.
Miami was 8. Kentucky's 12. So it's one of those games that you're kind of interested in while you're sitting there because it could affect what happens in the top 10.
Yep, you finish up there, you walk 10 minutes, you're in the McCarthy Center, and man, was that fun to just be right there, close to the court side, I could see faces clearly and hear some of the coach talk.
Yeah.
It was a pretty amazing thing.
Listen to Mark yell at the refs, doing his thing. He always likes to do this.
Yeah, basketball coaches, they gotta work the refs.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, no, I noticed the California Bakersfield coach. He was quite a character too, kind of working the refs. He was animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, coaches get mad.
Yeah, he reminded me of a James Earl Jones kind of guy.
Yeah.
The Bakersfield coach kind of coming out there, and I was, but he was fiery, and you got to give credit to Bakersfield because those guys played well. Their good. Point guard was awesome.
They were good.
And they gave Zags problems. It wasn't the best night for the Zags, right? And I know, we could go right into it right now because I know you're kind of upset about something having to do with the game. So should we just go right into I'm mad?
I think we should. I'm mad.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Okay, so tell us what you're mad about.
Okay. So, geeked up. I'm wearing my Croatia shirt, right?
Right, yes. Why were you wearing your Croatian shirt?
I'm looking for when the Croatian sensation, Luka goes in. I'm going to cheer everything Croatian.
You're going to rip your coat off and be loud right there behind Adam Morrison at the scores table.
I was going to yell some motivating Croatian,
right.
to Luka to inspire him, and he didn't get in. I'm mad.
Yeah. I think...
why, Corey?
Well,
why?
At first, you were talking that you were mad at Mark for not putting him in, but then I said, hey... the team's got to perform better to give him a chance to be able to get in. And
you're probably right.
The team had some problems, last night. I mean, yeah, they won, but still, they were never up by a large enough margin for probably the coach to feel comfortable about putting Luka in.
It was getting cut down to 10 points. Even
I'm
in the
sorry.
second half.
Sorry your boy didn't get in.
Okay, let's go, Zag. Step it up so the Croat can get in. He's the Croatian sensation. He's a freshman. So his time's coming, but, he's probably learning a lot just from all the things going on. But, yeah, it would have been fun to see him in there. The Croatians.
I know. A little selfish of me. Like, the only reason I wanted him to go in, geez, you're not going to Captain Canada.
Captain Canada's falling down.
Stay with us, Captain.
Settle in there, Captain.
So, the only reason I wanted to see him go in was because I wasn't quite sure what you would do, and that was going to be the most interesting thing in my book.
Right, it would have been exciting times. Okay, next time.
Well, should we go to the mail for I'm Mad? I mean, we've got quite a few people that have written in for the I'm Mad segment, which is really cool. And sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's fun because we're getting a bunch of emails. But as we keep this rolling, Corey, how do people listening to the podcast email in?
Right. Yep. That's what I was going to say. Is if you want to mail us about what you're mad about, he's still mad. He's just throwing stuff around.
Why not?
If you want to email us, it's trailsidedukes@gmail.com. Write us. Tell us what you're mad about. If you want to throw in like a question that you have for us, you can definitely do so for question of the week. Give us anything you want. Throw a question at us. Make a comment if you'd like. If you're a Dukes Crew member, give us a shout out. We'll probably put you on the show.
Yep, and we got some good examples because we got some fun ones.
Yep. Well, this one comes from the New England Patriots coach. Let me get it opened up.
Wait
here.
a second.
This is Bill Belichick.
Belichick. This is a Croatian connection.
Right.
Yep. Bill's grandparents immigrated from Croatia, and he if you watch him on some of the games, I know you've mentioned it since I've said it. He'll have on his jacket like the Croatia flag emblem on his New England Patriots. So, he's a Hall of Fame coach.
It on his hat or something.
He's not doing too well recently, but you know what I mean? Go Croatia.
Right. Is this a bad week for Croatians? I mean,
maybe that's the mojo.
Belichick's issue.
Although in soccer, you don't have to mess around with soccer because they take care of business there. Oh, okay. No.
You're wearing your soccer jersey.
Yep. It was the cleanest Croatia, shirt I could find right now because I like to mountain bike with these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, super fun.
Well, here's what Bill says. He says, "Hey, boys, usually I'm a man of few words and I don't like to talk to media, but I will talk to you boys, and I'm mad." He goes, "I'm mad. I've been losing some games that we should win. I pull my starting quarterback, Mac Jones, out of the game. I put in the other quarterback, and he always seems to throw an interception at the end and lose it for us. So I'm mad. It's not my fault. It's the quarterbacks, and we're looking forward to next week. That's all."
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it says. That's all.
empty.
What does that mean?
We won't say. But
he's mad.
Yeah, Bill's mad. He's going to go back to his
two wins or something?
Yeah.
1, 2?
Tough one.
Man, they're looking at like a top draft pick maybe, huh?
You know what, though? I mean, the man has more Super Bowl rings than he can, probably wear, right? What I mean?
Yes.
His fingers are getting all squished.
He's done good stuff.
So, sometimes things come full circle, and Bill's having a tough time. He's definitely a Hall of Fame coach. And, he's taking his lumps right now. So it sucks. Sorry, Bill.
You know, I think with how much success they had, there's probably a lot of fans that really don't care, and they're enjoying it right now, right? Because their team was never able to win it because his team was.
Hated
right?
the Patriots.
Right. Yep. So I don't see them being in, the dumps for very long. I mean, they usually know what they're doing. They always have a good coaching staff, so I think they'll turn it around. Bill, keep your chin up, buddy. We'll see what happens. Just don't get so good that you start taking over the AFC East again.
Bill, nemoj plakat, moj drag.
Yeah, that.
Imaj sam pivo. Pijaj malo pivu.
You know, you sound like that guy in that song you were just playing because I can't understand anything you're saying. All right, let's go to the next one. This one comes from one of our Dukes Crew fans. This is from Joey.
My man.
He said he's got a couple of things here. This is a big one. He likes to use the word clearly. So you will hear that. But he says, hey, guys, love the podcast and especially the I'm mad section. I've recently been very mad with referees for the past month. He's got some examples here. He talks about some blown calls on punt recovery in the Cardinals-Texans game.
Joey's a big Cardinals fan.
He says supposedly they had insufficient evidence to overturn a call. That they could clearly see it did not touch the Cardinals player. He has another example with referees in the...
He's mad.
He's going referees in general, just NFL refs and referees at the Air Force game or the last two games. So against UNLV there was two huge missed calls as linemen were clearly downfield on RPOs, which cost the Falcons 2 scores, and they would have ended up.
Well, I agree with you.
They ended up losing the game.
It's terrible when linemen are downfield and they don't call that on a passing play. Like they got to stay behind the line of scrimmage.
You got to wait right before they move forward.
Good for you, Joey. I'm mad with you.
And then also the Boise State game. Last drive was filled with clear missed calls. On the last two plays of the game, both passes were incomplete, clearly due to interference with the receiver and a clear holding on the throw that could have gone for a touchdown. You could clearly see the Boise State corner grab the receiver's arm and jersey during that play. Yeah, so what were you going to say?
That's pretty clear. That's clear. I think evident. What are some synonyms for clear?
I can't think of any right off the top of my head. I mean, that's just what it is.
It's clearly evident, right? Like, he's mad. And his brother plays for Air Force, right? Like, that's an extra incentive to be mad.
Yep.
So I'm mad with him. Like, this is disgusting.
Right. So it's part of the game, I guess, right? I mean, there's always going to be that referee that makes a call or doesn't make the call, right? You got the one that probably you remember, the Seahawks and the Packers, the failed call. Mary.
Jack and I were at that game in Seattle.
Right.
So funny because when we left the stadium and you walk by like a bunch of retail places and you could see the sports ESPN, but nobody was showing that replay in Seattle.
They didn't show it inside, right?
No, they didn't show it inside. It was like, come on. Terrible. Well, that was with the substitute refs, that ref strike here. So
and that kind of helped everybody get on board after that.
We were
that
mad.
Week.
Like, Jack was like in 3rd, 4th grade. I had to settle him down. He was like, you remember that the question where you got mad geese in a cage match?
Yes.
Like, I wouldn't have wanted to been around Jack at that time.
He could have taken more than 50.
Oh, for a little guy, he was swinging punches. I had to hold him. Like, he was mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Joey has another one here as far as the I'm Mad segment.
He clearly wrote an essay.
Yeah, he goes, on a lighter note, we found a woman who was very mad after the game and would like for you to examine her reasoning. So we did take a look at this video, and I'll show it to you now.
She's mad. She's really mad.
We don't know who she is, but she's mad.
I'm mad. I'm mad. She is really mad. I'm mad.
You were supposed to go the other way.
Why don't you relax?
Way, bastard!
Wow.
Alright, let's go. Wait, hey, what are you
This is perfect. No, that's perfect. You're Washington? Oh, makes sense.
And so we were looking at that video. It was pretty funny. She's clearly upset with the car in front of her.
She's mad.
Right?
Oh boy.
Yeah. And I don't really know what happened before that, but judging off of what she's yelling at the guy in front of her, it sounded like she was thinking that it's supposed to be every other car. There's like a
Didn't work out perfect.
Maybe it's an unwritten rule of getting out of the parking lots, like after a concert or after a game.
Well, we saw that
right?
last night, right? When we were leaving the Gonzaga
We sat
game.
there for a while.
Yeah, I had to wait there for a while. 3, 4, 5 cars go by. Nobody's letting you in. And then you're just kind of like, okay, I'm going to start nudging in.
Yeah.
But she was mad. Something didn't go her way.
She was really upset. But that's, I mean, you know, when you're in a parking lot like that and there's only a couple ways to exit, you gotta expect you're gonna be waiting, right?
You gotta
like
have
if you weren't one of those ones that left early because you didn't want to watch the last 3 minutes of the game, then that's the deal.
And you got to go in knowing I got patience.
Yeah, you know, sit back, relax. Everybody will get out. I don't know what she's in a hurry to. I mean, clearly the people that were watching this were wanting her to get out of there.
She's
quick.
got no patience.
Right.
Hopefully she's not an educator.
I don't really have an answer for you, Joey, as far as her reasoning. I guess it's just because maybe she thought the exit strategy was supposed to be something else where it's just kind of like, you know, whatever happens, happens.
Joey, how fun that your family was using the Trailside Dukes moniker of "I'm mad." She's mad. That cracked us up.
That was awesome. That was the best part.
That was a lot of fun.
So thanks for writing in, Joey. And Trailside Dukes fans, just like Joey, you know, write into us. Tell us what you're mad about, or if you see somebody that's mad and upset, get some video. Maybe we'll throw it on.
Yep. I want to hear some things from Jackson if he's mad. I don't know. He likes pancakes.
Okay.
Go Air Force.
Well, that's it for I'm Mad. Maybe we should move on to our last segment for Question of the Week.
Yeah, this is a big one.
It is. And this one actually comes from one of our Dukes crew listeners.
Yeah.
So one of our loyal listeners, Chad, he wrote in and he wants to know, this is the question.
Okay.
He wants to know, why do women talk to dogs in a different voice?
See, we're not big pet people, but
okay.
You know, I do have some examples.
It's kind of like you talking to a baby or something, right? It's like, you know.
Or talking to someone who doesn't speak the English language in a louder voice, right? Like, that's going to help.
Right. So I think when they see is it just women, though? Do guys do it? Or is it just mostly women? Where they see a dog and they start talking to it as if it's like a little baby, like, oh, you know what, up, puppy? And, you know, what? I don't know what it sounds like, but I think he's got something there.
There's got to be some science to it. Because they don't talk to their husbands like that. At least mine doesn't.
She doesn't talk to you like your little dog?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. There's got to be a science to that.
Yeah, I don't have an answer as to why, but I think it's a good observation.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, that we'll probably see it this weekend, right? When we're tailgating, there will be some kind of dog around with a sweatshirt on or something like that, and somebody will start talking to it like it's a baby.
My wife's allergic to pets, so I don't think she's usually like, get away. Like, her voice,
her tone's different.
Yeah,
it's more I'm mad kind of
talking to dogs, talking to her husband. It's the same deal. Just get away.
Get away from me.
Okay. It happens. Are you guys dog fans?
I don't have a problem with dogs at all. No.
You guys don't have a dog, though.
No, I don't have a dog.
You got a cat?
I've got a cat. We got Mr. Mittens. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Do you talk different when you talk to Mr. Mittens?
Yeah, it just kind of depends on what he's done.
Okay.
There could be the good stuff or, the bad stuff. He knows my tone of voice.
Oh.
Like when I say no, he knows. Like he's like,
Mr.
okay,
Mittens knows.
like
Okay.
that I shouldn't do that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talk to your kids with that same tone?
I don't think so. I don't know. Okay. No.
This
strategy's
question
a little
is kind of
different.
got like you can like
My kids are older than the cat.
looking at the psychology and the sociology of this question in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's-
Chad.
Very philosophical of Chad.
Yeah, I agree.
We like that on the show, right? We're all about that. This show is for people that, when we talk about sports, we like to have fun. So it's a comedic look at sports,
Yes.
right? And then
And a lot of making fun of you.
life lessons. That's what I'm
Life
here
lessons.
for, teaching life lessons.
I know.
So if you guys like what you're hearing, definitely click the like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Chad, that's what you got to do. You were talking about the bell. You got to click the notification bell because it'll let you know when new episodes are coming out, right? Otherwise, you can't see Captain Canada climb Mount Corey and fly off the top, right? You got to know what's happening.
And it is something like with, people our age, right? And smartphones and stuff. So if you need some help, I'm sure there's a YouTube out there that will show you how to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Maybe we make one
Let's do it.
in a dog suit, and then I'll talk to you in a weird voice.
Maybe we won't do it.
Nice, Corey. Corey, you're so nice.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Ciao, baby.